So my name is Zhang. I am the founder and CEO of a company called GenoPalate. GenoPalate is about linking your biology, your genetics, with the flavor of your life, the food. I'll get into a little bit of the details just because I want to give you some context of where my ideas, my experience came from. But before that, I want to say thank you very much for having me here today. And it's such an inspirational event, isn't it? I hope everybody here enjoyed it, have enjoyed it as much as I have. And another, since I'm the last, and I would like to kind of summarize the feeling I have after hearing all the fantastic sharing of the real life stories. I had this feeling for a while since I'm doing GenoPalate, my feeling is we're in such a good time in Milwaukee for building businesses, for doing something innovative, because I always felt that there's a lot of support around us in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, that we can take advantage of. So I just want to share that with you. A little bit about myself. I grew up in a metropolitan city called Tianjin in northern China. Last time I checked, they have 15 million people. So they grew without me. And a lot of good seafood, very laid back, and people don't leave that town except myself. And the reason I left there is because I want to pursue my dream. And my dream was to using my knowledge and my passion for life and life sciences. And one day I can use that to cure a disease or help people. So today it turned out to be obesity and metabolic syndrome, which happen to affect 2/3 of our society and 20 million of our children and adolescents. So I spent about 11 years at Medical College of Wisconsin, one of the most prestigious programs for genomics research for obesity and metabolic syndrome. And you probably wonder, well, what is GenoPalate? How did that happen, right? So I was very happily doing my career as a professor because I love to be a researcher. I like to be the first one know the evidence and data before everyone else in the world know. It's kind of a secret between me and science. But 2 years ago, I decided to, eventually I actually quit my job as assistant professor early this year to pursue my dream further because I want a vehicle where I can provide consumers, including all of you and myself and my family and friends, a direct way to access your own life code, your genetics, and then put that into use so you can eat smarter for your better health. So that's the drive and motivated me and brought me here with you. So I organized my 10 ideas into 3 phases where I found myself building and pursuing my dream of helping people eat healthy using knowledge and genetics information. So the first thing is when you have this idea, right? When you think about it, it gives you goosebumps, right? You can't stop talking about it with your best friends or your spouses. And so that's when you realize you have a dream to be built, and then you have to do it. But how do you do that? Where to start? I think for me, it's very important that we found a home for your dream, wherever that can be. And so I travel the world. I mean, you don't have to physically travel the world to find a physical location. What I meant is you need to explore all your options and lay them down in front of you and evaluate objectively the pros and cons. At the end of this exercise, find the best place in your heart around you, as your office, a place that you can build your dream. That to me was very, very helpful. And And next is finding the people, finding the team. It could be, I was pursuing my GenoPalate dream just with myself and a few other part-time partners. But however small or big it is, you need to identify your own strengths and also very honest about what are your weaknesses in pursuing your dream. And then with that is your guidance to find the people who complement you in that. And that makes your team. And that makes you a strong team. Okay, so now you have a home, you have a team. Are you gonna go for it? That's a lot of times for entrepreneurs are the biggest thing, and it's the most fearful thing to do is, quit your corporate job, which you have all the security. If you are providers of your family, it's super important that you have a job with a paychecks. But you have this dream you want to pursue. Can you do that? So I think it's very helpful for me from time to time to evaluate, okay, I already doing it once a while, I will have this fear almost and keep me up. I hope I am like a Teresa, I can always sleep like a baby. I probably need to do yoga more. But that's okay. That's very healthy that you have something keeps you up. Then you need to really face it and tackle it with very objective procedure. And then just look at it and then evaluate what really makes you hesitant of doing the next big thing. And then oftentimes you find it's just in your head. Okay, now you said, I have a home, I have a team, I'm doing it. And now when you build it and you have a team, I found it's very helpful for me to always demonstrate you are a strong player, especially to your own team. Never take for granted that, oh, these are my people, they trust me, especially when you're a leader. You need to demonstrate you are here for a reason, you must be good. If you're not good enough for the team, you need to be better. Also share your dream. I think our fellow presenters and touch upon that a lot. And I'm a sharer. I share my dream. I want to cure obesity. I share that with you. And I hope you are with me on that. Do whatever you can. And you really need to share your knowledge and wisdom with your team and do not hold back. Once you are all in, they will sense it, and they will put everything in there with you. And it's a wonderful feeling. And with that, I always feel, I have a team that together we can move mountains. That's a very powerful thing. And mentor talent. I'm in the education sector for many, many years, and a big fan of Morris doing. And my mother taught for 40 years. I know the power of education. They spread out, they propagate. So, if you want your wisdom to live, even more benefit yourself, your organization in this generation, you need to mentor your talent. And just like every relationship is always a two-way street, when you teach, you actually learn. I can't tell you how much I learn from teaching my students, because they are so bright. They show you different ways of asking questions, answer questions, approaching lives. So now, okay, you have something, you're growing it. Deliver quality in quantity with consistency. Passion is enough, it's great. You need it to get you through the door. Persistence keeps you going and winning. You need to curate your network of people. We're here, it's a room full of fantastic people. We'll be networking after this, after I'll be done very soon. So we meet a lot of interesting people, probably very helpful people for whatever you're doing. But to me, network is like information. You need it to be as large as possibly be, but it has very little value to your mission if you don't know how to curate it. So be really serious, be serious about every relationship you have, new relationship or existing relationship. Show respect to every person come into your life, and I think you will make your network into something really valuable for you. And don't make things more complicated than they need to be, because we're all very smart people, capable people. We have a lot of resources at our disposal, and we turn to overuse it, overanalyze things. So one tip I can give you is I often listen to children talk. I have an 11-year-old boy. He taught me so much to how to approach my business, my life. You know, they just ask questions like, why or why not? Sometimes it really gives you a good way of reevaluate the things that, you know, it doesn't need to be that complicated. And competition. We're in this dynamic world. Competition is strong. It's always there. Every other week, my people will tell me, oh, Sherry, you need to check in this company. They're doing very similar things to you, or in the future, you know, they'll be like either nervous or even panicking. And I always tell them, that's great, thank you for that. And we're gonna dig into very, very carefully. But I always tell them, stay informed, but always never forget how we get here, what defines us to be very different and to be GenoPalate in this case. And that's my ideas. Thank you very much.